From Spain to Denmark, a royal love without borders, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian. I've followed your exact rules. Emotional hook using the three-step formula, dynamic pacing, chained curiosity loops, realism, emotional storytelling, and no extra formatting clutter. The story of royalty has always been about borders. Kingdoms divided by language, culture, and power. Spain with its proud crown, Denmark with its deep traditions. Two worlds, two families, two futures destined to remain apart. But then, something no royal historian predicted. A bond formed, not through treaties, not through politics, but through love. The Spanish heir, the Danish prince, Princess Leonor and Prince Christian. A connection that defies centuries of borders, duty, and expectation. A love that asks a daring question: what happens when the future of two monarchies collides with the desires of two hearts? To understand the magnitude of their story, we must go back. Leonor of Spain, born in Madrid under the watchful eyes of a nation, raised as heir to the Spanish throne. From her first public appearance, she carried the weight of continuity. Her smile wasn't just a smile, it was reassurance. Her presence wasn't just presence, it was destiny. And then, Prince Christian of Denmark. The boy who grew up in Amalienborg Palace, a symbol of Danish pride, a grandson of Queen Margrethe II, heir to a legacy that stretched back generations. His childhood, too, was one of tradition, expectation, and responsibility. Two lives lived in parallel. Two heirs never meant to intersect. Until they did. It began quietly. Not on a grand stage, not in a formal state visit, but in the subtle moments when royal families gathered. International occasions, shared duties, state ceremonies where heirs of Europe's crowns would inevitably cross paths. And in those moments, what others saw as formality, Leonor and Christian felt as possibility. Imagine it, the young Spanish heir meeting the Danish prince. Polite smiles at first, then glances, conversations, and eventually, something undeniable. Not duty, not arrangement, but a spark that neither palace could script. Yet love in royalty is never simple. Every choice is weighed, every friendship scrutinized, every affection debated behind palace walls. Could Leonor, Spain's future queen, truly give her heart to Christian, Denmark's prince, one day king? This is where their story becomes extraordinary. Because for Leonor and Christian, love did not bow to borders. It rose above them. As their bond deepened, the questions grew louder. What would this mean for Spain? For Denmark? Would their union strengthen two monarchies, or complicate them? And more importantly, how would their families respond? Queen Letizia, fiercely protective of her daughters, knew the world would dissect Leonor's every choice. King Felipe, bound by duty, understood that love could not be divorced from politics. In Denmark, Queen Margrethe and Crown Prince Frederik watched with both caution and pride, knowing their heir was stepping into a love story bigger than the crown itself. But beyond the palaces, the people began to notice. Subtle gestures caught on camera. Shared laughter at official events. Whispers turned into headlines. Headlines turned into speculation. And speculation turned into the undeniable truth: Spain's princess and Denmark's prince were more than friends. Still, love between royals comes with its own battles. For every supporter cheering their romance, there were critics. Some claimed Leonor should focus only on Spain. Others argued Christian should not risk Denmark's traditions. Old rivalries resurfaced, and new doubts were cast. Could their love truly withstand the weight of two nations' expectations? But here lies the beauty of their story. Leonor and Christian were not deterred. Instead, their bond became a quiet rebellion against the rigidity of tradition. Each meeting, each shared glance, each word spoken in private became an act of defiance. Proof that sometimes, the heart dares where history hesitates. Think about the gravity. Two heirs, bound by centuries of duty, choosing to prioritize emotion over expectation. This wasn't just a romance, it was a statement. A royal declaration that even in the most gilded cages, love can break free. And so, the question lingers: where does their story lead? A marriage that unites Spain and Denmark in unprecedented ways. A modern fairy tale that redefines monarchy for a new generation. Or a bittersweet separation, where love must bow to the weight of crowns. History reminds us, royal love stories are rarely simple. From Edward VIII who abdicated for love, to monarchs who entered arranged unions, the tension between love and duty has shaped dynasties. But Leonor and Christian are different. They are heirs in an age where tradition still matters, but personal freedom matters more. Their connection is not just about romance. It's about the future of monarchy itself. A test of whether crowns can adapt to the desires of those who wear them. A symbol of how two young royals might reshape centuries-old institutions through something as simple, and as powerful, as love. And so we watch. Every glance. Every meeting. Every subtle sign. Because their story is still unfolding, still being written in the quiet moments that escape the cameras. From Spain to Denmark. From duty to desire. From borders to boundless possibility. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian are not just heirs to thrones, they are heirs to a love that challenges history itself. This is not just a royal romance. It is a love without borders. And it may just change everything.